Over the last 40, 50 plus years that I've been doing businesses, obviously when I started in 1970s, we didn't have the internet or anything like that, but marketing has been around forever. And one of the things that I discovered over the last years, the last decades, were there are a multitude of ways that people decide they're going to market, right? Some of those are amazing. Some of those work very, very well, and you can see those with the major advertising companies all over the world, what they use and how they present things and so forth. And then some of those are very sketchy and, in my opinion, very deceptive and are just the integrity of them are not very good. So today, I want to talk a little bit about those. The ones that kind of, in my title I say abhor, but they're pet peeves of mine. I'm saddened to see people resort to these types of marketing. So stay tuned and let's chat. Okay, so I think there's a couple of them that I want to talk about. The first one is income claims. And when I say income claims, I don't mean just normal income claims. Like in the past, 3 months, I've changed some things in my business, or I've joined a new company, and because of their teaching and training, I'm making this much more money a month, and so forth. Not exuberant, not over the top, not very exaggerated, and so forth. When I talk about income claims, I talk about the people that are just exaggerating and making it very, narcissistic in a sense, man. I did this and I made $100,000 in the last, 30 seconds, right? I mean, and I'm exaggerating it, obviously. But I see those all the time, especially with so many new programs out there and so many new marketing people out there. And they're making just really absurd income claims, right? Now, I don't know whether they've actually made that amount of money or not, and I don't really care. But what it does is it hurts so many people. It hurts those people that go into it thinking, I'm going to do the same thing, right? There's no caveats to it. There's nothing that it says, I started last week and I made $5,000 or $10,000 my first 24 hours in the business, right? And they may have done that. But they don't explain that, it's because I'm already an influencer. I've already got a huge list. I've been around doing this for a long time. And that was, I can teach you all of these things. It may not happen overnight for you like it did for me. But if someone has done it, that means you can do it too. And all of the caveats, all of the expectations that people have. And what happens is that people look at that income claim and think, okay, they're talking to me. And because they did it, I can do the exact same thing. And that's just not true, right? It's very, 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 very deceptive, dishonest. I don't know what you want to call it, right? Now, if they took that, and I'm using little numbers. I'm seeing some numbers on TikTok, and TikTok is notorious for this nonsense. But I'm seeing some numbers on TikTok that people are, giving numbers of $5, 6, 7, $800,000 in 3 months, and stuff like that. And it turns out these people have been around for a long time doing this, and they've got a huge audience, and they're selling basically a semi-high ticket of a $500 or higher product, and so forth. And I can't tell you the number of people that, with these people in particular, have come to me afterwards and said they've been abandoned, they've been left in the dust, they've got no support, it was a ploy to get them involved. And they're struggling because they've never done this before. And I don't know anybody out there that has started a business and in the first couple of months made $800,000, and they've never done it before in their life. They were a 9 to 5, maybe they were a clerk or a construction worker, or they worked in an office and so forth, and they've never done marketing, they've never done a business before, and all of a sudden, out of the clear blue, they don't know technology that well, just enough to get by in their job and so forth, and all of a sudden, a miracle happened, and they joined this company or bought this product or course, and now they've made 800,000 in 3 months. It doesn't happen. I don't believe it. Okay, now I would ask these people that are with these big, huge income claims to prove it, instead of hurting people, instead of being dishonest, instead of not having the integrity they should. Okay, if someone says, if I told you, hey, I started with this new business and in the last 3 months I've had this success, but I want you to understand, I've been doing this for a long time. I've got a big audience. I know how to market, so I'm not starting from scratch really. So that time frame doesn't mean anything. What means something is that with all of this education and with all of this training, you too can do something like this. I don't have a problem with that, because you're meeting people's expectations and you're letting them know that, hey, if you're just a beginner, this isn't going to happen that fast, that quickly with this product or with this company as it did with me, right? Years ago, a few years back, I joined a network marketing company and I had some really quick success and so forth. And I would always tell the people I was involved with that, can you do this? Yes. Can you do this in the same time frame that I've done? No. Probably not, because I started network marketing back in 1970s when there was no internet, and it was just Amway was one of the, obviously the biggest ones around. And we didn't have internet. We had easels with paper, pads on it that we used markers on and so forth. So I've been doing this a long time. I've learned a lot. I'm still not an expert. I'm not, one of those people that has had huge success, but I've had some pretty big success, right? And I've had a ton of failures, but it didn't happen overnight. And I always tell people, yeah, it took 40 years, right? And I don't want to scare them away. I think it's going to take them 40 years, because I've got some knowledge, and there's experts out there that are even more knowledgeable than me, obviously, that have knowledge that they can use that to compress their time. But they're not going to start from scratch, especially in this day and age with very little technical knowledge or expertise, or, as people say, I'm technically challenged and so forth, and jump in a couple of months, unless they happen to have somebody and their product is $1,000 and they sell one product and then they go, yeah, I made $1,000 my first month. Well, that to me is not success, and that's going to bring people in that you aren't going to be able to coach, and you're not going to be able to mentor and help out and everything else, and you're going to have to hand them off to somebody else who didn't make that money and so forth. So the list goes on and on. So be very, very careful when you're spouting off income claims. Be willing to manage people's expectations and let them know that, hey, just because I did this, and understand why you're doing it. Why not take it to something that says, you know what, because of this program, it taught me, it educated me, and allowed me to make enough extra income that I could bring my spouse home from work, or that we can now take the vacation that we really wanted. No money information at all. That might be $500, that might be $5,000, whatever it might be. It allowed me to do this. Whatever that number is, it doesn't matter, right? I think that's just so much more powerful, because then people are sitting back and saying, well, you know what, if this can help me just make, enough where I can take a great vacation with my family this year, then yeah, I want to look into this, right? Their expectations aren't way out here in the moon, in the stars. Their expectations are, I just need enough extra money to take a really nice vacation, right? So that's my first one, income claims. People that abuse income claims. I'm not saying that income claims are bad. Of course, the government organizations here in the United States don't like them at all, right? And they will shut people down, and they will fine them and do all kinds of things. But what I'm saying is, use them properly. Give people the expectation. Give people the truth. Don't deceive them. Don't tell them that, hey, I did this in 3 weeks, when really you've got a big audience and you've been doing this for a long time, right? Be upfront and honest with them. Number two is probably my biggest pet peeve, and that's people who market and build their whole marketing platform on bad-mouthing other companies, right? Or bad-mouthing their competition, okay? As soon as I see that, as soon as I see somebody that says, hey, you know what, my product is better than so-and-so because so-and-so's product sucks for these reasons, right? That tells me that they either don't know, or their product just doesn't have enough value to stand on its own. So the only way they can do anything is to try to badmouth somebody else, right? Somebody else's product, somebody else's business, hurt somebody else, and therefore they'll come over to me. Right? Again, very low integrity, very low upfront honesty, very. I don't know that it's deceptive, but it's a very low ethics and integrity type of marketing. You don't need to do that. If you can't market your product based on its merit, then maybe you should have another product, right? If you can't tell people exactly what the benefits and the power in having your product, whether it's a course, whether it's a network marketing company, whether it's an affiliate product, whatever it might be, without bad-mouthing somebody else, then maybe you should have another product. Maybe you should really rethink how you do your marketing, right? Because for me, I won't have anything to do with anything like that. If anybody comes to me and says, man, Ron, I got this great product, and it's so much better than so-and-so's, first thing I'm going to tell them is, hey, that's great. Good luck with that. But if that's your marketing ploy, is that it's better than so-and-so's, then I don't really care. If your marketing, now I don't want to say ploy, but if your marketing strategy is, let me tell you the benefits of this, don't worry about anything else. Now, again, let me caveat this. If you've got a website and on that website you've got a list of, like, here are the top programs that are like our program, and here's all the things that ours does, and here's all the things that theirs does. Not putting any subjective determination of this one sucks or anything else. It's just like, okay, here's what they do, here's what we do, here's the cost, and so forth. That's just a blanket, objective, fact-based comparison. Nothing wrong with that, okay? Because you're not going out there and just bad-mouthing somebody and not giving any value back or any benefits or anything else. You're just giving a very fact-based, objective comparison of what's going on. There's no subjectivity to it, okay? Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I see that all the time. I don't have any problem with that. In fact, that's helpful because then I can look at it and go, hey, look, I'm looking at this program, and this program. And, oh, I didn't realize that they didn't do this or they did do this. That's really awesome, right? And especially if they're honest. And they show that, hey, yeah, they do this and we don't, right? So they're upfront about all they're doing. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the people that make the videos, again, TikTok and Facebook and YouTube. I see them all the time all over the place. But the people that make those videos out there, and those videos are all based on how bad some other company is or how bad some other organization is or product is and so forth. And they might share a couple of tidbits on what they do, right? Instead of basing their whole marketing on the merits of their business, product, opportunity, whatever it is, right? Here's why you should be with me. Here's why you should buy my product. Not only does it do this, it's going to help you get out of debt. It's going to help you with this. It's going to help you with this. But I'm also going to add on some of my free one-on-one coaching. I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide to help you going through what we're doing and so forth and all of these things. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm going to get you involved with my business opportunity, product, or whatever it is because of the value and the benefit that I bring to the table. Not because I have to badmouth somebody else. All right? So those are the two things that I really dislike. Are there other things out there that people do that are marketing that are bad? Switching bait and clickbaiting and all those other things. Yeah. Just take the time to learn some basic marketing. Take the time to learn what you're doing, and take the time to be honest and upfront with people. That's all anybody can ask, right? If you're honest and upfront with them, I don't care if you use an income claim, as long as it's not unbelievable, right? If someone's gonna, tone it down, give people a realistic benefit, and do what you say you're gonna do. If you tell people that, yeah, I can teach you how to do this, then spend the time to teach them how to do it. Don't make it look like you made that money because you conned a bunch of people and you didn't teach anybody else how to have that kind of success, right? Always be upfront and honest with people. Let them know where the pitfalls are, where they're going to struggle, where they're going to have some issues, where their objections are going to be, and so forth. Make sure they understand. I was taught very early on to manage people's expectations, and no matter what I'm doing, right? So if I'm talking to you about buying a new car, I'm going to talk to you about some of the things that, it may be a pitfall for it, right? Yeah, it's going to get you where you're going. It's good. It's got great, 4-wheel drive. It's got a great computer in it, but the gas mileage is going to be a little bit high, so be prepared for that, right? All of the ins and outs so that there are no surprises for people. And I will tell you that I love car commercials because they know how to give the benefits of things, right? You watch a car commercial and somebody jumps in their 4-wheel drive, I don't know, Tahoe or Land Rover, and man, they're going through the woods over creeks and through creeks and up the mountains and pulling boats and, trailers and having a great time. That's good marketing. They're showing you the benefits of what this can do. Now, when it comes, they're not telling you that, oh my goodness, you can cross the ocean in this thing, and tomorrow if you buy my Land Rover, you're going to be a billionaire, and all. They're just showing you by example what happens, right? Can you do this? Yeah, you can drive this car through here, right? Anybody who can drive can do that, right? Can you pull a boat? Absolutely. Now, will you have to learn how to, hook it up and pull it and everything else? Absolutely. But most people have enough common sense, they know that. So if you've learned anything from this, or if you gotten anything from this, and if you're someone that's like, I don't care, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do because I'm out here to make money, then that's great. Please don't reach out to me. Please don't whine and complain and give me some negative comments and everything. Just agree to disagree. Okay. I don't dislike you. I wish you would learn to do things better. I wish you would have some more integrity and honesty and ethics involved with what you're doing. But that's okay. That's between you and your God and the people that you work with, right? But for me and my house, we will make sure that when we do marketing, we want people to know. There's so many great people out there that Tony Robbins, and I've been watching a lot of Graham Cochran. He's an amazing individual. He and his wife, just the integrity they've got is incredible. Amy Porterfield, Grant Cardone, Robert Hollis, one of my mentors and very good, very, very close, good friends, Ray Higdon, Eric Worre, and the list goes on and on and on. There are an incredible amount of people out there that know how to market, know how to be just honest and upfront. It's okay to just be honest and upfront with people. So God bless you all. If you want to find out more information about what I do and everything, please go to rondeering.com. I would look forward to having you, working with you. I do a lot of consulting and mentoring and teaching people technology and how to market and how to do a lot of good, different things with their online businesses. So God bless you. Again, rondeering.com, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.